Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning for our coffee chat. My name is Susan Ward. I'm with the Bureau of Student Wellness for the Department of Education. This will be basically our last full week of morning and afternoon sessions. And starting next week, we will be with you for um, about 2 times a week this summer, and we'll get more information out about that soon. And we're hoping to start a weekly book club, which will be pretty exciting. So, more news of that to follow. So, today we are going to discuss how to raise a global citizen. And a global citizen is someone who feels that they're part of an emerging world community that works to contribute to the values and beliefs of that society. Global citizens value diversity and understand global issues. A global citizen is curious about what's going on across the world and how their actions affect others. It includes having empathy and celebrating differences. When we understand our own culture and have a sense of belonging, it's easier to care about other people in other cultures and in other parts of the world. Building a positive outlook towards cultural differences can be achieved in discussing differences and the importance of tolerance. Um, and I've lost my place. When learning from other cultures, there may be certain things that we don't agree with. And this can be a time where children learn to disagree, but still be respectful in sharing opinions, especially with the use of social media. And learning how to be a global citizen really kind of starts with education. Taking advantage of having age appropriate conversations about cultural and environmental issues is important, such as social injustice, the value of diversity, respect for all living things and creatures, um, natural resources and the scarcity of those, and many other topics. Discussing differences in people, cultures, and customs are also important topics to add to conversations that you'll be having. Children as young as 2 years old can start to notice differences about how people look and act and dress, and how we respond to their questions sets a tone for their attitude towards people that are different from themselves. In teaching cultural competence, it allows individuals to respond effectively across cultures in ways that acknowledges and respects other cultures. Parents and educators can help children become global citizens by normalizing diversity and maximizing children's exposure to differences. Exposing children to new types of people, different foods, games from different cultures, and choosing diverse books with intention will help kids learn about people that live differently than their own family. You might live in or actually just even near a community that has different festivals that are open to everyone. Art exhibits, museums, and different places of worship may also be ways to expose children to different groups, customs, practices, and celebrations. Another way to help children become global citizens is to get news from international sources. This will allow kids to learn more about events outside of the US and gain a different perspective. You will need to be sure to do this in an age appropriate way and by looking at the developmental age of your child to decide how to go about doing that. Exploring cultures through travel, whether in real life or virtually at this time, will teach children to have a deeper understanding of the world. Educational documentaries about travel are also helpful, especially if it's difficult for you to travel. There's also apps that have come out recently that allow virtual travel and virtual field trips to international locations. Some children find it exciting to learn another language, and learning a second language can open up many opportunities and make it even easier to connect with a new culture. Although it's taught in school, there are many resources available to help your child learn a new language if your child doesn't want to wait to start in school. And if you're able to explore other cultures close to home or when traveling, it's important to learn from other cultures instead of about them. It will allow you and your child to engage in ways where you would not be able to if you were just learning about them from the outside looking in. It's also an opportunity to really develop some meaningful connections and relationships with people that are different. Children can get creative with learning about cultures by making maybe a global collage. For example, a child can use magazines and old books, the internet, maps to collect pictures and facts about a particular culture that they'd like to learn about. Maybe they have a specific interest in a place or even animals from a particular nation. For younger students, this involves developing motor skills by cutting and gluing. Also, using a globe or a large map will make it easier to reference geography when having a conversation about world events, climates, or even time zones. Children may want to explore food or clothing from different cultures as well. And these opportunities for creativity and actively learning about other cultures is endless, especially with the internet and social media at our fingertips. There are many ways to raise a global citizen. And we'd love to hear from you and hear about your ideas. Even if it's after the video, we can still go back and comment and have discussions. So feel free to use the comment section to open up this conversation about important topics or ways that you've incorporated some of these learning activities into your own life or things that you've seen that you might want to try. So thanks for joining me here on our Bureau of Student Wellness Facebook page. We always appreciate you taking the time to tune in. Have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you soon.